Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. It is Monday, May 9th, 2022. Hope you all are doing well. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but we've started counting the episodes and we are fast approaching episode number 200. I've left the link to join me in the waiting room. If you have questions, you want to ask me anything related to U.S. immigration, I'd be happy to answer it. I see some people have already started leaving comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you're doing. Tell us about your weekend. Let us know what is going on. We dropped a few new videos since we last met. On Friday, we released our first one, and then we did our second one yesterday. And I don't know if you noticed, but we have a new videographer and video editor. His name is Justin, and I think he did a great job. If you haven't checked out those new videos, make sure that you do. They look pretty amazing. I am very, very impressed and very, very happy with the editing and the content. We're trying to be more deliberate, take out all my uhs and uh-uhs and looking around and all that weird stuff. So if you had a chance to watch the videos, let us know in the comments how you like it. Everyone's saying hello. Priscilla's in Gainesville. DC, Dez is in DC. Mohammed Saif Uddin is in Chicago. We got Sarah Katharina in Las Vegas. We got Abu Bakr in Albany. AZ in Ahmed's in Utah. UBM is in New Jersey. We got Nigeria in the house. We got Alaska in the house. How about that? Anchorage. How about that? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got New Haven, Connecticut. A couple people wishing happy belated birthday to the Nornator. Thank you for that. We got Ethiopia here. Vadim is here in Boston. And we got Kibram in Texas. We got some people in the waiting room, so I'll get started here in just a minute. Couple of things. One is we were asked to file a lawsuit on an asylum case. So this is an asylum case that's been pending for about 6 years now. And wisely, this young person asked us to take a look at their asylum case before we filed the lawsuit. And I just got done doing that and speaking with this person. And I have to tell you, it's one of the worst asylum filings I've ever seen. One of the worst asylum filings I've ever seen. The I-589 itself had very, very, very little information. And in fact, when I was talking to the person on whose behalf this asylum case was filed, they were surprised that some of the things they told me about their case and why they fear going back home was not even included in their I-589. Now, I talked to Tammy, one of our paralegals, about what this client was thinking, and I said, whatever attorney filed and this case was filed by an attorney. I said, whatever attorney filed this case probably only charged $1,500. But I was very surprised to find out that, in fact, the lawyer had charged $4,000 to do the 589. Now, that's still pretty low. We charge between $6,500 and $10,000, but there's nothing to this case. I mean, it's like 4 sentences from the asylum seeker as to why they deserve asylum, why they fear persecution back in their home country. And there's huge parts of the case that are just flat out missing. This concerns me greatly, and it made me worried for this client. So we're not going to do a lawsuit. In fact, what it sounds like is going to happen is they're going to hire us to basically start over. Because in the notes from Tamara, my paralegal, and in conversations I had with her, and now just talking to the potential client, there's a lot of meat on the bone. There's a lot to talk about, but this lawyer just sort of mailed it in. And, I checked out their website. They've been around for a long time. They've been practicing immigration law for a long time. They should have known better. This is a shit case, a shit filing. It's just really, really bad. And it really, really makes me mad. So it will be with great pleasure if this person ends up hiring us for me to get the file from the old attorney and for our team to start over, because we're really good at asylum And in order to win asylum, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to get a good asylum case. All right. So, with that being said, the first person in the waiting room today was Abu. I think Abu was there before we even started. Abu, how are you?
Yeah, I have been before. How are you, Abu Ismail?
Good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you too. Yeah.
Yep.
I just have like two questions for friends. One who the same issue you spoke about right now. He have applied for asylum in 2013 and have been interviewed in 2015, and still up to now he is just waiting for a decision.
From the asylum office.
Yep. So he just following every time, go back and forth, send them notice what's going on. They said, tell him that just wait. We didn't reach a decision on your case yet. That's it. So do you
So
think
here,
we
well,
can
so that,
sue him, them, or what we can do?
yeah, I mean, I always start with: did the person file the case with a lawyer? Is the case strong?
Yes,
What evidence do they have?
yes.
So I mean, yeah. So I mean, I can get on a case that's 9 years old. I can get a decision in about 90 days. No one's going to say that wasn't too long. Now, what the decision will be depends on how strong the case is, and that's why we look it over. We only look over asylum cases because if you lose, you're going to deportation court. Usually we don't get involved in the underlying merits of the case, but for asylum we do. We do asylum a little bit differently. So yeah, I mean that's one that a lawsuit would definitely work for.
So okay, I will tell him that. Sorry.
Okay.
I will tell
What
him that.
else?
So just go forward and we'll let him contact the office to make so. And the other thing, I'm not sure if it's related to. You can answer it because this guy have been invite his to bring his wife from Sudan, and his paperwork now in the embassy under administrative processing.
Mhm.
So he just stuck there after his wife did the interview already.
How long ago?
With now around 6 months.
And how long has the case been like when did USCIS approve it? Do you know?
Yeah, a long time ago, more than 1 year and a half, more, like 2 years almost.
Yeah, that's probably one
He's
worth suing
yeah.
on too. Yeah, I mean the thing with overseas cases is they're fighting us on about 10% of them. So the lawsuits aren't working in about 10% of the overseas cases.
So what do you think now? He just wait or he
Wait
can?
or sue, either one. It's up to him.
Okay, I will let him know that. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Abu. Have a good day.
Bye.
All right, now look who's commenting. Now I have something I need to say about this. Many of you know Fatuma's an OG Immigration Answers show guest. She's been on the show probably more than anybody. And then Fatuma hired our law firm to help her finish up and get her visa to the United States. But here's the sad news that makes me sad. Fatuma hasn't been on the show since she hired us. I don't know why Fatuma has forsaken me. Fatuma has no time for me. She doesn't call me at all anymore because she's talking to everybody else in the office. Fatuma, we miss you. Everyone on the show misses you. So please make sure to come on sometime this week so that we can say hello. I'm glad that you're enjoying the experience so far of working with our firm. Let's say hi to Irving. Hi,
Hey Jim,
Irving.
how are you?
Great. How are you?
Good, good. I have a question. Well, I got married 2 years ago. I came here in 2010, so we filed for the green card based on marriage. NBC approved everything already, so I'm just waiting for my interview. But since I came here without a visa, I have to go back to El Salvador.
Uh-huh.
And they approved everything, but they haven't said anything about the I-601 UCIS
Uh-huh.
because I think right now it's taking 35 to 45 months. And they got my application on May 2021. So I don't know if I should wait a little longer or what else I can do.
Yeah, I mean, those 601s are taking a really long time. I would give them until the end of the year before I started thinking about suing them.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
Okay. Thanks, Irving.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, let's say hi to Jayor. Hi, Jayor.
Hi, Jim. How are you, man?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Jim, I have applied for my citizenship like last year, December 2021, and I
Okay.
haven't got any interview yet. And my green card is expiring within a 1 month. So,
Mhm.
do I need to apply my green card or?
Only if you need to travel or if you think you might have to travel, because they will let you get your citizenship. You're not
Mhm.
driving, are you?
No,
You're not
I'm
driving,
not
are you?
sitting in a
Yeah.
car.
Yeah. They'll let you get your citizenship with an expired green card,
Mm-hmm.
but they won't let you get the stamp in your passport unless you pay that I-90 renewal fee. So as long as you don't need to travel outside the United States, you don't need to do it. But if you're going to travel, or if you think you might have to travel, then you
So,
need to file it.
okay, so I can appear for an interview with a expired green
Yeah.
card, right?
Yep.
So my estimated time saying that it will take like 26 days, but I haven't got any interview call yet.
Where do you live?
I'm in New Hampshire.
Who told you 26 days? Where'd you get that?
So that approximate timing, like
No,
it's online.
you're talking 5 to 8 months, something like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like there is a countdown, so it says like 26 days, but I don't know.
If somebody has a countdown, that's some BS website that isn't affiliated with immigration. There's no such thing as a countdown for
Okay.
interview.
So they will not get mad on me if I appear for interview with a expired green card, right?
Nope.
They can't deny either, right?
Nope.
All right, Jim. So that was it, man. Thank you very much, man.
Bye, Jayor. See you, buddy.
Bye, Jim. See you, man. Thank you, man.
You
Bye.
got it. All right. Let's say hi to Llama. Hi, Llama. Oh, looks like Llama's driving. Llama, we can't talk if you're driving. And you're muted. All right. Let's go to Loretta. Hi, Loretta.
Hi, Jim. You're a godsend. Thank you for doing this. I mean, this is so helpful for all of us. I have a quick question. Actually, it's not as easy, but this is the situation. My brother has withholding of removal. My mom did the petition for him, to joining petition, but the lawyers here, I'm in Florida, he's in Michigan, the lawyers here advised us not to go back to the country, which is Albania, to go and get the visa, because he might get stuck there, because when he entered without inspection. So that was his status, EWI. Now years came by. Now he got married to a U.S. citizen, and now they just had a child too. He hired an attorney, and he's going to be working with an attorney. But I'm a little concerned because he told him that even though he's married with a U.S. citizen, he's still going to have to go back home to do the interview. And he's going to do that, the waiver, I guess, to have the waiver approved before he leaves. But I was wondering, is there another waiver or another thing that they can do, hardship or something that it won't let him, he doesn't have to go back home to do that interview? Because I've heard stories that people, even though they had married with citizen, when they got back home, they stayed a couple years until everything was finished. He cannot afford it because he's got 2 little children to take care.
That's all true, and that's the concern. Yeah. So was the only reason he was in removal because of the entry without inspection and no status, or did he have some kind of crimes or something?
The only crime that he had was a DOI. It was a DUI. That's the only thing. And he entered with a passport, like in 2000, Italian passport, but he never went through inspection. My parents, I myself were citizens. We got through asylum. He wasn't able to show when he had his asylum. He has hearing. He wasn't able to show that he filed within the 1 year. So that's why the judge gave him the withholding. But other than that, my brother doesn't have anything else.
Wait, when you said he entered, was it somebody else's passport or his Italian passport?
No, it wasn't his Italian passport. It was a purchased passport.
So I think that if he has a DUI, entered on somebody else's passport, and had an asylum case that got denied, I share all of your concerns. I share your concern that that he could get stuck outside the United States for 2 years, but I also it sounds like he's getting good advice from the lawyers. The same things I would say, that he
yeah. So you think he still would have to, even though he's married with a U.S. citizen, he still would have to go through, because of the way of his because it's considered fraud the way he entered, right?
Yeah.
If he didn't have that, if he had come here with a visa, regular visa, and perfectly fine, he would not have to go back home, correct? For the interview?
Well, that depends, because there's sort of two issues. One is the misrepresentation, but the other one was that he still entered without inspection. So if he had come on his own passport with his name on it, his Albanian passport, if that had been him and he was inspected, then there's a possibility. But I mean, that doesn't change anything. He's going to have to go if he wants to try to get his situation.
Because I heard that it has been a change in the law, correct? That everybody has to go in order to get the green card through the consular interview. If there's a no, that's as long as I've been an immigration lawyer, that's how it's been. So I don't know, at least since 2007. Because I heard that there have been people who, through marriage, they didn't have to go back home to do that interview. That would be people who were properly inspected. He wasn't properly inspected. Got it. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. God send. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye. You too. Thank you. Bye. Well, look who's here. I just have to make a little call, and there she is. Hi, Fatuma. How you doing?
Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you? I'm good. And you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming to say hi. How is everything?
Good. Great. Everything is okay. So I decided to come to the show since you told me that I haven't been a while. So I decided to say hello.
Thank you. I should have waited till Daniel was here, but I'll tell him that you came and said hi. I'm glad everyone's doing a good job on your case. Okay, so keep us posted. Okay, don't be a stranger.
No, I'll never be, because I will keep in touch. Thank you very much, and I know your law firm is they're all welcoming people. So, and I have faith in you and all the team members, and I know you're going to do a great job by the God of will. So, inshallah, and happy Eid Mubarak. I know it's too late for me to say, but
it's all good.
I haven't been in a while to the show.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye. See ya. All right, Fatuma. See, I just had to say a little something, and there she was, my good friend Fatuma. All right, let's say hi to Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf.
Hey, Jim.
How you doing?
Good. Good to see you again.
Yeah, for sure. What's up?
So quick question. I've been confused lately. I just want to know, when is someone eligible to apply for citizenship after getting divorced before getting their first green card?
Well, that's a totally loaded question. Let's back up. Okay, so we have someone here in the United States, and they marry a U.S. citizen. Were they on a visa, and then they got the 2-year green card?
Yeah. No. So they didn't get the 2-year green card. They got divorced before then, and then they got the 2-year green card after that, and then the 10-year green card after 3 years. But now, when is someone eligible to apply for citizenship?
Well, so that part's easy. That part's easy. Yeah. So if you want to apply on the 3-year rule, you actually have to be married all the way until the day that you naturalize. I once had a client whose spouse died between when it was approved and when the ceremony was, and they had to start all over after 5 years because you have to be married on the day that you actually naturalize. You still have to be married.
Okay.
So in this case, it would definitely be 5 years.
So 5 years from the day they first received their green card? The first
5
green
years.
card?
5 years from the start date on the original green card.
Not the second one, the 10-year one.
No. I mean, they should both have the same. They should both have the same date because it should say lawful permanent resident since. That's
Yes.
the date. Since is the date.
Okay, so it's 5 years from the first green card, not the second one, because it's weird.
Yep.
Okay, that was all my question. Thank you so much.
Bye, Yusuf. See you, buddy.
See ya.
All right. Let's say hi to Leah. Hi, Leah. You're on mute.
Oh, wait, could you hear me now?
Gotcha.
All right, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. I just had a couple of quick questions about the I-130. So my husband, he's British. He's still living overseas right now. We
Yep.
were just about to submit everything, but
Mhm.
he's due for a trip here in a month. Is it better to wait until after that trip to submit? Because I read something that you could get like a 5-year ban if they deny you at the port of entry.
Well, yeah, that's probably unlikely. I mean, unless things really went poorly, like if he got in a fight with somebody or got a jerk of an officer. But
Yeah.
so you're already married,
Yeah.
and he's just going to come on visa waiver. He's just going to come for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, he's come a couple, like 3 weeks at a time. He usually comes 3 to 4 weeks at a time. He's come like 3 or 4 times already over the past like year and a half. And he's never had
And-
any trouble, but I'm thinking with the pending, it might be an
And
issue.
Yeah, I would wait until after he comes and goes.
Okay, and is it okay to even like submit it while he's here, or will that like cause
You could.
confusion?
Yeah, no, we've done that before for sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And just one more question. Wait, I wrote it down. So
Good.
for the I-130, does his job history have any kind of effect on it? Because he's unemployed right now.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay,
No, all they
good.
care about is whether you can support him. Now, under Trump, that during those dark days of public charge being highlighted,
Yes.
they might have made a little stink about it, but they're not going to worry about that. Mm-mm.
Okay, good. And what about like having a pacemaker? Does that have any effect on the medical portion?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, my very last question, I promise.
You're fine.
For his
Great.
ESTA, is he able to renew it with a pending I-130, or will they give a hassle about that?
Well, that's a good question too. So when does it expire?
It doesn't expire until February 2023. So, I mean, I'm guessing we'll still be pending by then, probably if we end up submitting it in July. So, do you think that'll be an issue?
Yeah, I mean, but by then, so the reason that you don't get a non-immigrant visa or ESTA is because you've demonstrated immigrant intent. So obviously, once you file the I-130, he's demonstrated immigrant intent. But
Yeah.
in my mind, you have a response to that, which is, hey, look, dude, we've been married for a really long time, and he's come and gone, and he's always followed the rules. He's never tried to adjust on a visit. So since he's always followed the rules, just go ahead and renew his ESTA. I think there's a chance he might not get it, but you know, I think you're okay.
It's okay to try, and it won't like have any bad effect if they deny it. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. Thank you so much for your help. You've
Thanks,
like
Leah.
been the
Sure
most
thing.
help during this whole process, looking at your stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it. Have a good
Thanks.
day.
You too. Bye.
All right. So next up, let's go to Mariana.
Hello, Jim.
Hi, Mariana. How you doing?
Hi. Good, thank you. I believe my husband talked to you last week. He entered with an F1 visa. We met in college and then we get married. But now that we applied it back then in 2019, I was a U.S. resident, and now I'm in the process of becoming a U.S. citizen. I am just waiting for my oath ceremony. But I think we didn't ask. I think we need to email the embassy, right? I mean, mail the embassy, letting them know that when I get my what is it called? My certificate, then that I am a U.S. citizen, right?
Yep.
Would that matter at the time? Like, do I need to send that at the same time I send the whole 485 forms or before that?
Okay, so that's okay. So let's back up. So when you filed, you only filed the I-130. You didn't file the 485.
Yeah, correct.
So the 485 hasn't been filed yet.
No,
And the I-130 itself is still pending, or it's been approved?
it's been approved. Actually, when I applied for my citizenship and I got the interview, he like a week after he got the notice that he was approved for a visa.
Yeah, so there's nothing to do now except that when you apply for the 45, make sure that you mark it that you're a U.S. citizen, include a copy of your certificate of citizenship, and let them know that this is the spouse of a U.S. citizen now. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do anything before then.
Oh, okay. I don't need to send the letter to the embassy then, just with my whole 485 forms. Okay, that
Yep.
was my question. And just one more question. On the form I-485 also, I saw one of the questions they ask you is that if you have worked illegally in the US, but I don't know what that means because he did have his work permit through the OPT, but he did work after it expired. So I don't know if that counts as a yes or no on that question.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to be a yes for a couple of different questions. One is, have you ever worked in the United States without authorization? And number two is, have you ever violated the terms or conditions of your non-immigrant status? Those would both be yeses, but those will both be forgiven because he's married to a U.S. citizen.
Oh, great. Okay.
So
Sounds
it's important. It's important that you answer yes. It's important that you explain both in your written answer. Like I would just basically what you just said. I had OPT and I worked a little bit longer, and
Okay.
and then this is probably another good reason why it's a good idea to wait until you get your citizenship to file the 485. But he's fine. It'll all be forgiven, and that's the thing is that people can lie about that and they get in trouble because they shouldn't lie about it for many reasons. But one of the reasons they shouldn't lie about it is because it's all forgiven because you're a U.S. citizen.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So that the citizenship just changes everything. And
Yep.
just one more question. Since I am self-employed, I think he asked you if he should put his income with my affidavit of support, but you said no. And
Right.
I'm a self-employed, but should I just send them my Schedule C forms instead of my 1040?
Yeah, and we usually include a letter from the lawyer for self-employed people, sort of outlining how you make your money and making it sort of simple for them to understand where the sources of your income come from.
Oh, okay. So just a letter from a lawyer.
From an accountant.
Oh, from an accountant. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you, Jim. Have a good
Thanks,
day.
Mariana. Have a good day. You got it.
Bye.
All right, let's say hi to Nancy. Hi, Nancy.
Oh, hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Nancy.
So
Can you hear me?
thank you for this. I'm good. Thank you for this opportunity.
Go ahead.
Yes. So my question is, I've been negotiating through my asylum process. I made the application myself. I did the expedite processing, and I went for interview. And after the interview, I was sent an RFP for more documentation, but the RFP had a wrong date. The RFP was dated 2021, and we are in 2022. So I'm worried if the RFP is gonna affect my case. Please help me. Sure.
Yeah, so that definitely happens for sure. Those guys, especially around the turn of the year, the beginning of the year, they sometimes make a mistake. I would just make sure that in your response, I would have in big bold letters, this RFE was issued in 2022. It's dated 2021, but it was issued in the date, like if it said, let's just say it said March 15th, 2021. The proper date is March 15th, 2022, which means our due date is whatever it is, 87 days later. And then give them your response. But Nancy, I would say too that if you filed your case without a lawyer and you've had your interview and they still sent you a request for evidence, to me, that's a time to talk to a lawyer to try to take over your case or at least look it all over, because the fact that they sent you a request for evidence after the interview tells me that they're sort of trying to decide, do we approve it? Do we deny it? Do we approve it? Do we not? Like, it's a close call. So this RFE response might be the whole case.
Yeah, so thank you. So the RFE that I was requesting to send was medical documentation, which I had, and a marriage certificate. So just those two documents.
So that's good. Yeah, so that sounds like you're close then.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Jim, and have a wonderful day.
Good luck,
Okay,
Nancy.
thank
Thanks
you.
so much. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, what a sweetheart. Oh, wasn't she nice? All right, let's say hi to KB. Hi, KB.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Thank you
Good.
for
How are you
the
doing?
chance. I'm good. Thank you for the chance you give me.
Sure thing.
I filed for asylum then on February 10. I do my biometrics before 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So my question is, can I ask for a travel document?
No. I mean,
Okay.
yes. Legally you can. Should you? No. No, you shouldn't.
Okay. The second question, after how many days of the biometrics can I ask for expedite? Because my kids and wife is on the back home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going to find that very compelling. They're going to say you knew that when you came to the United States, you just got here and filed for asylum. I mean, the question with expediting is always, why should my case go faster than everybody else's? Why is my case more important than everybody else's? I'm sure 25-30% of people applying for asylum have close family members back home. So I don't think that's going to carry the day, KB.
Yeah, because there is a war in my back home. That is the reason.
Yeah, no, I understand.
that's-
Yeah, throw it all in there. You can ask them to expedite it with the initial filing. You don't have to wait to ask for them to expedite it. I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up. I think KB locked up a little bit. All right. Let's say hi to Asgadum. Hi, Asgadum. You're on mute. You're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you, bud. Maybe try something different with your audio. We'll come back, okay? Can't hear you. All right, let's say hi to Nubia Sprouse. Hi, Nubia Sprouse.
How are you, Jim? Thank you
Good.
for
How are
getting
you
my.
doing?
I'm always listening to your shows, and
Awesome. Thanks.
I made many questions already, but I have one more.
Go for it.
Regarding the I-130 for my daughter, which is overseas. She's
Okay.
over 8. She's 27. Her date is August 2020 when I apply.
Okay. You're a green card holder, Nubia?
I'm a U.S. citizen.
Got it. And she's married or unmarried?
I'm married.
Okay.
Can I inform USCIS that I'm a citizen now, and then this will have any change on her time frame, or no?
So since the time that you filed, you became a citizen?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So so we want to look at the visa bulletin and see if that's going to be faster or not. So for
her date is August.
So
August.
She's the unmarried daughter of a U.S. citizen.
Yes.
So that means they're working on cases for that from December 1st of 2014, and she was the F2B category, which was they're working on cases from September of 2015. So you can notify them of that, but it actually pushes you back in line. So if you're going to notify them of that, you want to tell them, you can still be considered you can say, I became a citizen, but I don't want her to become, to change preference categories. You can say, yes, it's true. And I would send them a letter, say, I became a U.S. citizen, but I want her to be considered in the F2B category, not the F1 category.
Oh, because then if I have to choose, otherwise they will put in behind.
Maybe. I mean, here's the thing. The case is still at USCIS.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would just wait for USCIS to decide it. And then when you start processing with the National Visa Center, then you tell them, look, we filed this as the adult child of a green card holder and not as the adult child of a U.S. citizen. Now, the one thing is, if she gets married, right, then that would mess that up. You couldn't do that anymore if she gets married.
Okay, no, and she knows she's not gonna get married no time soon until she get here, and there is no other way that she can come visit me.
Well, she can try, but I mean, most visit visas are denied. We just did a new video on this yesterday, and once you've demonstrated immigrant intent and said, I want to stay here, then it's almost for sure a waste of money.
Okay, and before all that, before everything, before I apply, she tried twice and was denied.
Yeah, so
so I think will be a waste of money, right?
I think so too.
Okay, Jim, thank you so much for your help. You do an awesome job. Thank you.
Thanks. You're doing a good job too. Thanks, Nubia. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We're just flying through it today. Flying through it. Look, we got all the client communication people in the house. Cooley's here. Romel's here, explaining how to get in the room. Basically, all you got to do is click on the room, and then you're in the waiting room, and off we go. Thank you, Romel and Julia. Thank you both. There's something else I wanted to mention. Somebody had said something in the comments that I wanted to mention. Somebody said that if they, where is that? Anyway, somebody said if they had $1 for every time that I said you're on mute, they'd be rich. Let's talk to Wael. Hi, Wael.
Hey, hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. I like your background.
Thank you. So I have a quick question actually regarding my employment-based green card application.
Okay.
I have applied last year, EB2. The application was submitted in June last year. The biometrics in August. Then I got, a note from USCIS 2 weeks ago that they transferred my case from Texas Visa Center or Texas Processing Center or whatever to National Benefit Center. So does it mean that it's soon I will get it? Because, there are so many plans, especially my kids, they are going just to finish high school and we have to plan for their universities and this stuff. And it's very important for them to get the green card just to plan forward. So I would like to understand.
Is everybody overseas or is everybody here?
No, we are here in Atlanta.
So the I-140 is still pending?
No, it got approved. I had the premium processing and got approved in a few days last year.
So what's the receipt date for the 485?
It is June 21st, 2021.
June 21st, 2021. So if you're just asking for my best guess, then I'm telling you that it's probably going to be end of this year towards early next year before you get anything moving.
Wow. Even it doesn't give any indication that it will be faster for this transfer, because in the letter they mentioned that they will just, in order to speed up the process, they're going to transfer it to National Benefit Center.
No, I don't think you can read anything into that. Those kind of things are automated and they don't really mean a thing.
Okay. Thank you very much. One more question, please, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I'm in L1 visa status right now, and I'm renewing my status. My wife, she's in L2, and she got work authorization for her to work, and it's about to expire. Right now, she doesn't need it anymore, right? If she has a valid L2 status, she doesn't need an work authorization. Or still, I read it. I'm not sure if it's the right understanding or not. That right now the L2, they don't need work authorization to work. Is this true, or this
why
not
wouldn't
valid
you apply
statement?
for? Why I don't know why you wouldn't apply for it.
No. Just I would like to make sure. It's renewal. I'm gonna apply for the renewal, but it will renew. It will be expire very soon.
Yeah, I would always apply for the renewal. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Okay, just I would like to make sure. I did not apply for work authorization with my I-485 because my employer refused to do this, and it's against the policy of the company. So it's okay. Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't heard that before. That's interesting. All right. Thanks, Wal. Have a good day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you, buddy. All right. That was Wal. Let's go back and see if we can get to Asgadam. You got some audio for us?
Yeah. Hi, Jim. I can hear you. How are you?
Awesome. Good. I can hear you too. Go for it.
Thank you so much. My quick question is, I had my interview a couple of weeks back. I submitted all the documents. At the end of the interview, the consular office gave me a refusal paper saying I should submit my resignation, acceptance, or approval letter from my employer for the case to go through. I was really surprised because none of this was mentioned in any of the requirements for the diversity. And my issue is I live outside of my home country. So where I live now, my status depends on me working for the company. So if I resign and not know whether I'm going to get the visa or not, my livelihood is going to be in jeopardy. So I just wanted to have your opinion on this.
I've never heard them ask that before. I've never had anyone tell me that. I've never heard that. Which embassy asked you to do that?
I live in Qatar, Doha. Yeah.
And they want you to resign in order to show that you're like really committed to coming on your diversity visa. Is that the deal?
Exactly. That's what he said. I mean, I verbally asked him on the spot, how can I resign not knowing I'm going to get the visa or not? But he said, I'm not going to ask you to do this if you are not going to get it. But the refusal form does not say that I'm going to get the visa. It just says I need to provide more information for the case to go through. So that's why I'm.
So the written notice didn't even say that you needed to give them proof that you resign. It just said you need more evidence.
No, it said specifically I need to provide a resignation, acceptance, or approval letter from my employer.
Can you send that to me? I'd like to see that.
Okay. How can I send it to you? It's a PDF. So
yeah, PDF would be great. I'll put the email address here and just say I was on the show with Jim and I need for him to take a look at this. And I want to talk to a couple of people here at the office about that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Really appreciate
it. Thanks. See you, buddy. Yep, for sure. All right. Let's say hi to Noah. Hi, Noah.
Hi, Jim. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good. Thank you. A quick question. I talked to you recently about my asylum case. So lately I heard from them about the maybe the results, which stated that it was being rejected due to the time of submission. So I'm like, so they gave me a date to show up in court, which is far from now, I think somewhere around September. So my question is it okay to go to the court or start the application again, as I was being told? Because I was being told I could cancel the application and then start all over again. So I don't know if that's a good idea.
No, I'm sorry. We got to back up. I don't remember anything about your case. So you need to tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, it's an asylum case. I applied for myself and my family. So recently I had from them through the email that the case has been decided on, but it was being rejected due to the lack of, they said I turned it in late.
You didn't file within 1 year of arrival?
I did. So I'm surprised they said it was late.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So then they referred you to the immigration court, and the immigration court is years away.
It's just a couple of months. It's sometimes around September.
Mm-hmm. And so what's the question now that you want to ask me?
The question is, I was being told that when you're being referred to immigration court, that it takes different process. That the first one, they might then charge you, take you next to another court. I don't know how the process
That's
works.
for sure. That's for sure. Yeah. The first court hearing is just called your master calendar, and that's sort of where you get the chance to explain to the judge what your defense to deportation is. And then, you'll get a hearing 2 or 3 years out.
Oh, okay. So is it now okay to go ahead with that, or would you advise on canceling the application and then start all over again? Because I heard that the application takes, quick time rather than the way it was before, a couple of years that it does take.
You mean can you withdraw your old asylum application and file a new one because you think it's faster?
Yes.
No, this is the only one you get.
Okay. All right, sir. I think that will be the question. Thank you so much, Jim.
Thanks, Noah. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's say hi to Anna. Hi, Anna. Oh, Anna's locked up. Let's say hi to Llama. Hi, Llama.
Hey, how you doing, Jim?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. We spoke January this year. Quick background. Got married, filed July last year. Went for interview in January this year. Was approved. Then later an RFE was sent. Concerning my they wanted more information about my time in Europe 17 years ago. And subsequently my I-130 was approved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but my question is, and I was able to get my record, and I have responded to the RFE. My question is, I didn't get my work authorization. Is that should I read anything into it?
So your case has gone by pretty quickly, right?
Yes.
But then, so they approved the I-130. So what happened at your interview? Did they separate you and your spouse?
Yes, they did separate us, but I think that's what I think that officer, that what she does. It was quick. She had 25 minutes. I had 15 minutes.
Okay.
And she was like, I don't see any problem with your case. The case is approved. So we went out to celebrate. But then she called back and she said she's gonna send me an RFE because I told her that I was put into deportation when I was in Europe. So
Okay.
she said she needs more information. So I was able to get the all my records from Europe. I sent it to them.
And now they're sitting on it.
Yes. Actually, I just did that 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
So now I'm asking about my EAD.
Well, your EAD is tied to the green card. I wonder if they think there's something that you lied about in your non-immigrant visa. Did you have a non-immigrant visa to come to the United States?
Yes, a B1, B2.
I'm wondering if they're going back and looking to see if there's something in your B1, B2 application that's inconsistent with what you told them at the interview.
Is that why my EAD didn't come, or is that why, since I sent my the RFE notice, I responded 4 weeks ago, they haven't gotten back to me?
Yeah, I think they're sitting on the green card case because they don't like the fact that you got deported somewhere else, and they're wondering.
No, I was not deported. I was just put into a deportation proceedings.
Yeah,
I was not deported. I was later released.
Yeah. So I don't know what to tell you. I think that the EAD might be delayed just because EADs are delayed, and I think that they're just sitting on your case because they don't know what to. It's probably pretty unusual for a USCIS officer to have had an interview and had someone who was in deportation proceedings in another country. I've never had that as an attorney, so I suspect that that's probably true with the officers. They just don't know what to do with your case.
Okay. Second question. This is for a friend. He just got his green card 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Same situation as me. He didn't get his EAD. He's thinking about filing for his son. So should he file for his son or let the wife file for the son?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I would honestly say that the answer to that question is whether or not he's confident that the marriage is going to last. If the marriage is on good grounds, then I'd probably have the U.S. citizen do it. But if it's on shaky ground, I would do it myself with the green card.
What is the downside of the green card? Somebody who has never worked because he didn't have a EAD. What are the downside of him filing for the his son is 4 years old?
Mm-hmm. Well, if he doesn't have any income, then he's going to need a co-sponsor. And green card cases take longer. So the U.S. citizen filing would be better if they have an earning history, which they must have if they sponsored your friend for a green card, hopefully. And then for the for the kid, I think that's better too.
For the U.S. citizen to file instead of the husband, the green card holder.
Yep.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Bye, Lama. See ya. All right. Next up is Jessica. Hi, Jessica.
Hello.
How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I spoke with you last week, and we talked about me filing for my mom to come over, and you told me to call back, and I didn't know if you had an answer.
Yeah. So this is a situation where mom has been outside the United States for about 8.5 years. She has a 10-year bar, and you have an approved I-130. And the question is, how do you get the National Visa Center to pay attention to it now that she's getting close to the 10 years?
The 10-year bar is done.
Oh, the 10-year bar is done.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So when was the last time you or anyone related to this case was in contact with the National Visa Center?
At least 1.5 years.
Okay. And what was that correspondence? Do you know?
It was just them telling me that she had the appointment to go to Juarez for the interview.
And when was the interview?
It was about 1.5 years ago. It happened to be right before the pandemic. So I would say
2020?
Probably February or March of 2019.
Oh, okay. So March of 2019.
So I guess it's been longer.
Have you talked to them since then?
No.
Okay. And so what happened at the interview?
They looked at her paperwork and they said, you stayed longer than 1 year. So you get a 10-year bar. And when your time is up, the thing that I don't understand that's frustrating for me is that the lady at the consulate was like, oh, you can just come back. And my mother took it as, oh, you literally just show up and come back. And so
like going to the grocery store.
Right. So my mom is very like hanging on those words. And I'm like, that's not how it works. And she's like, no, but she told me I'll just come back. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Yeah. So I would start contacting both the National Visa Center and the consulate in Juarez and sort of give them a timeline in the email. So what we would do is like we would have an email with the case name, number, your name, her name, all in the memo line, and then I'd give a detail of everything that you just said, like on this day this happened, this date this happened, this date this happened, this, and then start bothering them, seeing if you can get it revived, and just see what they say. I don't know what they'll say. It's been a long time since you contacted them. Generally, you're supposed to contact them within 1 year. But if the reason you weren't contacting them is because she had the 10-year bar, then I think that might excuse not contacting them for a year. Like you don't have to reach out to them every year when mom has a bar and your I-130 is still valid. So I would just start bothering them with the hopes of trying to get somebody's attention. If that doesn't
Okay.
work, then this would be one of the times where I try to reach out to a member. I would do that for about a month. And then after a
Okay.
month, then I would reach out to a member of Congress and see if they can help, because this is one of the few kind of things that they could help with. And then if that doesn't happen and you want us to do it, you can contact us or some other law firm and try to get them to help.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate you.
Bye, Jessica. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All right. So for you guys who don't know, I have I posted this on TikTok as well, just to see what would happen. We're going to try to do a little bit more TikTok live stuff, and I will be on next time, try to do it on both channels and figure out a way to let the people on TikTok ask a question. I'll probably need some technical help, but everybody watching on TikTok, thank you for that. And I'm going to go ahead and end that TikTok. Hopefully that'll end that show. And then I'm going to talk to Abhishek. Hi, Abhishek. You're on mute.
Hey, Jim. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So, Jim, I won't take much of your time. I'm in a very interesting situation right now. So, I think you're the best person who can answer me. Just give me a second. 1 second. Yeah.
Sure.
So, actually, my STEM OPT year is expiring on July 18th, and my current company, they had applied for my H1B
Yep.
for this cap lottery, and my H1B has got picked up currently,
Great.
and they're working on the documentation process. I work for Infosys, and they have filed for my H1B, and my H1B has been picked up. But I have got offer from two other companies, and those offers are really interesting, and I really want to take that offer. So my spouse, she's a US citizen. She has applied for my green card. So, and I'm done with my biometrics last month. And currently my status on the app shows that my case has been actively reviewed by the USCIS for the form I-485. So do you think that should I wait for my GCEAD, or should I go ahead with my H1B process? Uh, and if I go ahead with my H1B process, will I be still able to work for two companies, or should I ask my new company to wait for my GCAD, and I can let go the H1B? Like, I'm in a very complex situation right now. Can you please help me out?
Yeah. So I tell people all the time that this is like a law school exam question. Abhishek has an F1. He got OPT. He got a STEM extension, and he's been selected in the H1B lottery. He's also married to a U.S. citizen, been fingerprinted, and is waiting for his EAD based on that. Right. So it's not surprising that you're confused. So, in answer to your question, I don't know if all you had was the H1B and the STEM OPT, in other words, not the stuff with your spouse, I'd be very reluctant to try to switch employers until you actually have the H1B approved for employer A, right?
Okay.
I also would be reluctant to have you start working for employer B until they file an H1B, and they sort of need to wait for you to have their H1B, your original H1B approved before they do that. So I guess in talking it all through, if you want to work for company B or C, I think you have to wait. I think the best thing to do would be to wait until you get your EAD through your spouse.
Through my spouse, right? For example, like they are working on my documentation right now for the H1B, and the company employer B and C, they want me to join as soon as possible. So
Yeah,
do you
just
think
tell them
it
to wait.
will be?
I would just tell them to wait. Listen.
Yeah.
If you're good enough to get an employer to sponsor you for an H1B, and have another employer waiting in the wings, ready to jump all over you once you get your H1B approved, and you have a third employer who wants to do that, all those people are going to be there when you get your immigration stuff taken care of. You're this close to being all set. So don't mess it up now. Just be a little bit patient. Just go through the H1B with employer A. Hope that you get your work card through your spouse quickly, and then you're going to be free to do whatever you want at the time.
Okay. So, for example, Jim, if I get my EAD card, like my current work authorization is expiring on July 18th. Then
Yeah.
after that, I will be out of status, first of all. So
Well, you're not out of status because you'll be able to get an updated I-20 from your school up through October 1st because you've been selected.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that will
So
be
you won't
only
you
possible.
won't be out of status.
Okay. Yeah, that's called gap extension. Yeah, I'm aware
Right.
of that. So like, so you're telling me that I should stick with my H1B, right, and not
I
mess it
would
up.
I would keep all my balls in the air.
Okay. So should I ask my new employers to wait for my GC80?
Should I wait for my? Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's what I would tell them.
Okay. Okay. So I'll do that then. And for example, if I'm getting my GC80 in next 45 days, so will there will be still an option like my H1B will be in process and my GC will be in process. It won't cause any problem.
No, they don't even know about each other. They don't even connect those that you're the same person.
Okay. And for example, like, just in case, I mean, I hope this never happens. If
Yeah.
I get an RFE in H1B, will it impact my GC
No.
case as well?
They don't know. Left hand doesn't know what right hand's doing. I got to go, Abhishek. I'm up against the clock. It's 2:00.
Okay, thank you, Jim. I mean, that was really helpful. Thanks for your
Bye,
time.
buddy. Good. Yep, you got it. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on at 4. I think Daniel will be with me tomorrow at 4:00 Central Time. See you then.